This is gonna be so awkward. Oh my god, okay. So basically, oh my god, this is so awkward. But I wanted to talk about the few paintings I've done so far. I'm all of a sudden really into painting, and I'm just gonna go in order of like when I made them, and then like add on, or I'll talk about what the fuck they are. Oh my god, the background is so messy, but like whatever. Don't worry about it. Okay, so this is the first one. Not all of them are titled, but I just put veil on top. Oh, and then I pinned a little ribbon on it, which is really cute. But yeah, this is basically me. Um, and I kind of just wanted. Well, initially I was just like, let me paint me all like cutesy, and then I wanted like half of me to be like this like purple veil, and this one doesn't really have anything. It was kind of just like a practice round, and it was the first, um, what do you call this? Canvas that I opened. So it was like, let me vibe. I put a sword here. I love claymores. But this isn't really a claymore, it's just a sword. And then veil, and then lamb. Cute. Yeah, this wasn't really anything crazy. Just yeah. That one's not really. Well, none of them are like deep. There's, it's yeah. Anyways, I painted this one in my or that one in my room. Anyways, this one. Oh my god. I obviously titled it Soulfist, which is one of the songs I wrote for my album. Well, first of all, no, it's one of Morrigan's abilities. Anyways, okay. But yeah, no. Before it was a song I wrote, this was obviously the Soulfist in general is from Morrigan's ability from Darkstalkers, and um, yeah, Morrigan's one of my favorite video game characters. So um, when I wrote Soulfist, which was obviously or not obvious, it's only anyways. Oh my god, they're so awkward. Anyways, when I wrote Soulfist, which is you know behind all the manic pixie shit. Soulfist is just a song about luring, leading on someone. It's not a good song. It's not a morally good song. Um, but I wanted to do that. Anyways, that's what that was inspired by. That's what Soulfist in general is inspired by. It's always Morrigan. But this, I kind of wanted to make like some alien girl who has like this ability to like manifest a literal like just a light like like a light fist, and I kind of wanted it to look like the fairies from Legend of Zelda. This was just kind of all over the place. This was out of boredom. A lot of them are, but this one was also in my room, and I feel like you can kind of tell. Well, no, you can't. Anyways, yeah, this one isn't really anything crazy. It's cute though. I actually kind of I like it. I think she's cute, and I think this is interesting. I don't know. I don't know how to draw a fist. Whatever. I'm not an artist like that. My strength is in like writing and music. So this is new for me. And then the last two I have, literally on my third, but the last two I have are written or were painted in the same park, which I think is kind of cool because they're kind of synonymous. It's kind of like this storyline. Anyways, um, this is like a little low key, unintentionally an homage to my album cover. It's just like little wing vibes, and then her face is really cute. Yeah, just like this monotonous feeling of like being being an angel. This top was my attempt at Ophelia's symbol from Claymore, which is my favorite anime. I like it. I think it's so cute. I don't know. The background, by the way, a lot. I mean, like this one, and then the first one, like they're shit because I just wanted a different color. I didn't want the white, but it really does look messy because of that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Whatever. It happened already. Okay, and then my last one is actually on like just the white background. But I just did this one yesterday. And it's so cute. But I kind of just wanted to make another girl, kind of like of the same energy of the previous one. And I wanted it to kind of feel like, I don't know, I feel like hair. I've kind of had this feeling recently with like growing up my hair and then cutting it every now and then. Like, we really do, well, at least I do. I have like a really strong attachment to my hair. And of course, a lot of it is like the aesthetic vibes of it. Like, I feel more confident, or I feel like more me with a certain hairstyle or with hair in general, longer hair, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of wanted it to feel like, I don't know. I was talking to a friend and I said, like, when I started really, really growing my hair out, um, prior to that, I always wanted to dye my hair. Like, I wanted to do like this burgundy moment or like this like magenta. I don't know, in that family, and I always wanted to do it. And, like, I was set on doing it. And then I started growing out my hair like really long, and as I grew it out, I like loved my black hair. Like, I was like, I don't have any desire to dye it. And I don't know. I think also I started growing it out really long at the end of last year, which is also when it was like low key, very low key, like crunch time for my album dropping, and along with my hair growing out and, whatever, my album was taking a lot out of me, um, like emotionally, like I was pouring myself into it. And it kind of felt like this, like my hair was like this, like it was almost like this manifestation of like my hair growing out, and then as it's growing out, it's like manifesting into all my, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird talking about it because in my head it makes sense. Which this is a reoccurring theme in like my music or art in general. Like, I think that something makes sense, or something does make sense to me, and I don't second guess it or I don't question it. But it's like moments like this where when I'm saying it, I'm kind of like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Um, but yeah, basically, like, as my hair was growing out and I was pouring myself into this album, it kind of just felt like a physical, like, correlation to what I was doing emotionally, if that makes sense. Or sonically, in my music, the way I was spilling over every song and, like, being very transparent, it felt like I was doing that with pen and paper and obviously with my voice and singing and all that, but there was this, I was able to relate it to something physical because my hair was growing out. Does that make sense? I don't know. But yeah, I drew this and it was kind of like a feeling of like melancholy, and I don't know, I just wanted her to look sad and cute. And the hearts at the top look like they're, normal, right? But obviously this hair is just raised up. So naturally they're down. Um But yeah, it's kind of just like this seesaw of, I don't know. I really don't know. It sounds weird when I'm talking about it. But yeah, that's what that one was inspired by. Just the growth of my hair and the pouring of myself into my album. Um, so low key inspired by me, but not at all aesthetically inspired by me. And that's it. That's literally it. That's all I did. Only four, but like they're cute. They're all cute together. I kind of want to hang them up, but is that conceited or is that narcissistic? I don't know. Even if it is, I don't really care. Um, I'm trying to normalize myself, or I'm trying to normalize being a fan of my own art. And I've gotten better with like acknowledging that, my art. Sometimes I feel really good about it and I think I'm allowed to. So I've been getting better with that. But I kind of want to explore the idea of being a fan of my art, a stan, even. Um, Someone who anticipates my art, especially because I'm um, such a small artist. I just thought of that video of Princess Sophia when she was like, because of my small petite frame and my sweet little girl voice. But no, I wasn't gonna say that. So yeah, I want to be a fan of myself. I want to anticipate my releases, and I want, um, when I'm making something, I want to simultaneously sit in the perspective of a fan. So that's what I'm exploring, and that's why I'm even more inclined to hanging up my little paintings. Um, we'll see what I paint next. This is just a part one of what I've been painting. I'm. This is like exposure therapy for me. It's not likely that a lot of people will see this. I just want to talk about my stuff a lot of the time when I'm making art, like whether it be music or these little paintings as of recently, like when I want to talk about like what inspired them or like the idea for it or whatever, it's always just like this mental conversation between me and myself. And this is essentially the same thing, but it feels real because I'm saying it rather than just thinking everything. So, I don't know. It's kind of like humanizing my conscience in this. My conscience. Yeah, that's it. Um, anyway,